So, you think you're untouchable?
Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or
This is Doc, aka Dr. Leggett, aka my throat hurts, so I'm not gonna do this. What's up? And I got with me Matt, Legion, AOD. We're just having a conversation. We're just chilling.
Yeah, this is essentially the chill before the blood of deathmatch. Yeah, so we just started to talk about the Joe Hendry stuff because I haven't seen Saturday Night's main event yet, and I probably won't for a while. But I hear he showed up on the Cena retirement show, did a thing with Miz, did a thing with R-Truth, and then yep, that was it.
Yo, it was like he was looking into his future. That's what.
Well, yeah, pretty much. And what made me laugh was this was the moment. I believe this segment in question was the moment everyone realized, oh, they've turned R-Truth back into Comedy Wrestler 101 again. After the whole, oh, I am no longer R-Truth, I am Ron Killing. I will cut off my dreadlocks, I will be all super serious for like 2 months, lose to Cena again, and then, hey, I'm being wacky. And immediately, my mind went back to 2003 with that Booker T promo that Triple H cut before when the WrestleMania 19 program started. And I thought, you have done that again with R-Truth, only this time you are essentially in a very high position in that company.
So this is yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing, man. I actually think that it might lead to somewhere. Oh, and joining us right now is my Kuya Bryan. What's up, Kuya?
What's up, Doc?
Joining me and Matt is Kuya Bryan, Jags fan. We're just doing a little talk about pro wrestling, what's going on right now.
Sounds good.
Oh man, it sounds like you're outside.
No, it's probably just my fan hitting the mic.
Okay.
There we go. Should be better.
Hey,
there we go.
There it is. We were just talking about Saturday night's main event. Matt didn't watch it yet. You know me, I stand up for WWE. So Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I actually really liked the Cena Gunther match. It was a lot like because a lot of people don't know this, but John Cena loves All Japan Pro Wrestling. It was a lot like a Jumbo Tsuruta match, uh, and Gunther's the right guy to work that style. So it was a pretty good match. I like that John Cena tapped out and was smiling. My wife was like, her mouth was open. She was shocked because she's like, but he never gives up, and like my brother, my cousins were just like, oh shit, like, and my wife was just like, oh, but he's supposed to not give up. He's a guy that like because they played all those John Cena videos throughout the night. Like when she saw
Yeah.
like the Make a Wish one, she was crying because it's sweet. So like it's sort of funny to see the superhero sort of just fall and like give up. But that's wrestling, and the fact that he didn't get to give a victory a post match speech, they just played a video and he's just standing there silent. He looks like he doesn't want to be there when Cody and Punk give him the belts. He's just like, get this shit off me. And like it's like you guys really can't let me have my moment because they have to be in the ring, they have to be in the background. And like the only time they focus on him is when he takes off those as Jay Uso put. You guys saw the Jay Uso clip where he was drunk as hell. I mean, like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
an interesting look.
I was like, bro,
Bailey, they showed a picture of Bailey next to Punk or a video of her, and she looked pissed too. She
yeah.
was not happy with the finish.
That's funny because like usually like wrestlers they're like plugged in, they know what the finish is gonna be, and they're just like there for the ride. But here they're like, oh, I guess I think a lot of them also like because Cena been wrestling since like 99 2000, and then you realize a lot of these wrestlers now that are in their 30s, me 40, like we've been watching John Cena since we were like teenagers, or like someone grew up with him as like their guy. So like the current generation sort of just like going back to being kids, and Bailey having that reaction. That's cool, but like it's just something. And obviously,
Here's my thought on this. It's to them, Cena is what Sting was to my generation. So I think a lot of them are wanting him to go out the same way Sting went out, on
Yeah.
top, especially because he's a never give up guy. And the
Yeah.
only way I could see him losing that would have probably have satisfied the fans. Another person on Discord I'm on said this. Gunther should have dropped him like 4 times on his head, choked him out, and he never tapped. He just faded because he didn't give up. He just passed out. He was no way in hell he was going to tap. And that type of cachet to go out on top. And I think to WWE, Sting is to them and those kids growing up, or Cena is to them what Sting was to us growing up. He is their
Yeah.
hero. He is like the guy. He is their Hulk Hogan. He's their Sting. If there's ever anybody that should go out with a victory, especially in a non-title one, like Sting went out with a title win, Cena's
Yeah.
just going out for an exhibition match. He should have gone out winning, and he should have gone out to a hero's farewell. And they didn't even get, like you said, in on promo or anything like that. It really felt disrespectful. And this kind of goes back, and like you're talking about how he looked when they put the belts on him. This kind of goes back to my own conspiracy theory I had, where he was forced in this retirement run, and he wasn't quite ready to hang up his boots yet. And if you look at some of his interviews, his wording is very
been-
interesting. He says things like WWE ring. This is my last WWE match. He doesn't
He's
necessarily use
specific.
the term. Yeah, he doesn't really use the term retirement too much. So I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up somewhere else in the future. I know he signed a Legends deal, but I just have this feeling that he has
Hey.
not wrestled his last match, but probably just in WWE. I'm not saying it's going to AEW, so don't go there. I just have a feeling he will show up somewhere and still wrestle and give his farewell that he wants to give, sort of like what Sting did with AEW.
You know who else has a Legends deal? Jake the Snake Roberts.
There you go.
But I honestly like the Undertaker got to go out. Well, I don't think Undertaker went out the way he wanted to go out. It was like
No.
it was a cinema match,
I think
He
it
didn't-
got snake oiled into it.
Yeah, I don't even think it,
Yeah, because if you watch The Last Ride, he pretty much makes it clear that he wanted the Roman match to be the farewell, and when that
yeah,
shit the bed,
he had to do the Cena match. It it was like the Roman match failed because Undertaker's body failed him.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that's basically it. And they talked about it on his documentary. Like he wanted that to be. That's why Roman did that victory speech of "This is my yard." Now, like it's for a guy like Goldberg for WWE. He was big for them this last decade, right? He was a huge draw for them. And when he was in the middle of his victory speech, they cut it out, and then the whole time he was mad about his whole last run because of the disrespect that he was shown, not by the fans but by the company. And like when you hear the John Cena interviews, like, oh, this is the last time in the WWE ring, or like he talked about, I wanted to do 226 dates, but they wanted to do only have me for 36, and like he
It really
there's
does feel like he felt disrespected.
yeah,
yeah, because like there like he didn't even talk about like the Travis Scott and the Rock thing, because he's like, yeah, but you know, you move on. And the if you look at it, so people said blame the Rock for that, right? They blame the Rock that if he wasn't gonna be there, why even do it? And I'm just like, you know what? He did the big turn, they did the big thing, and then it was up to like the writers now to like carry on John Cena as a heel, do something interesting with John Cena, maybe give him a heel group of like flunkies that will be his chain gang soldiers. Of like you get a bunch of young guys that grew up watching him, idolizing him, and then they become his followers, something like that, anything. But no, he's just a heel, you people, all this bullshit, and nothing doesn't change anything because they can't change it because they already made the shirts and they have all the marketing ready for the cities that they're going to where he's going. So they keep the same shirt colors and all that stuff, but then he's just saying you people, and then they're booing him, but not really because they're cheering him. And I know they were cheering because at WrestleMania they treated John Cena like he was the biggest face in the world.
yeah.
And then come SummerSlam, they were booing Cody, pinning him. It was and it's very interesting to see where they go from here. WWE could actually make Gunther the biggest heel, but you know, they sort of last night they had him get admonished by the bald scrap daddy Adam Pearce, and like just kind of like slink away. And I guess he's gonna retire AJ Styles next. And
And
I
again,
guess,
I just don't think Gunther needs it. There's so many other like quote unquote young stars that could use that rub, and Gunther's just not one of them. He's he's got
He's
the
already
front
made.
belt, but he's still a champion, and the fans still treat him as a serious main eventer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's made. He doesn't need the rub. There are guys they've already have like pegged at NXT to be like future stars. Have them come up for a 6-month run and then take AJ out.
Yeah, Javon.
Yeah.
That'd be great. The fans at Saturday Night's main event treated Obafemi like he was a main eventer. They did they did all the
great what I've seen of it.
yeah. They went there. They were doing all the chants every time. Like they wanted him when he was kicking Cody's ass. They were cheering, and then when Drew came in, they that fucked it all.
See,
But
the Drew thing annoyed me because you could have still done the Ricky Starks match if you were going to do that ending. And it would have made more sense given Cody and Starks' history in other places.
Oba is a heel. Oba's a heel. Why would Oba help Cody when Oba's been like this big monster heel in NXT, not a face?
Yeah.
It's weird. Sol Ruka looked good. I think the problem with her was a lot of people were saying that she was moving slow, overthinking her steps, right? But now she has the confidence to herself where she did a no look Sasuke special to Bailey and hit it and Bailey is good enough to catch her. I think that's the difference. Is she felt safe doing it there, whereas in NXT she sort of just has to do a half step slower because she doesn't know who's gonna be there to really like catch her, so she has to
Yeah.
brace herself to do that safe tumble. But here she just did it, and I think there are good things about there are good wrestlers in WWE, but the powers that be in WWE aren't going to really focus on that.
And the
They're
coaching.
and the coaching sucks. They're
Nothing
really going
has
to
changed since Vince left. Nothing has changed.
yeah. Nothing's
Yeah,
changed. It's the same agents, the same booker,
Mhm.
the same guys that like it's still fucking Brother Love. It's still Michael Hayes. Those
and it's still
Slightly better production.
and it's still racist as hell. Like I know people want to say
Yeah.
it's not, but let's be real, it is.
at least Vince McMahon would put the belt on Bobby Lashley and Kofi Kingston and Big
True.
E, and put them like in spots where they could be like where they win like on pay per view, where they could actually be in singles feuds and matter. But in this Triple H era, this guy who doesn't see color, I guess he won't see you. And if you're not in the Bloodline family or extended family, like you're not gonna get booked at all because people may make fun of like Jeff Cobb, but like Jeff Cobb is essentially on TV every week getting work with I know
True,
and
yeah.
like it's because he has the Heyman Association, because Heyman, sorry to break kayfabe here people, but Heyman books all the people that are involved with Paul Heyman, with the Bloodline, with the Vision. All that stuff is Paul Heyman, and that's the most interesting stuff on TV still to this. And it's like it's kind of horrendous. WWE is horrendous to watch. I tried to watch last night. I watched the Usos versus New Day in 2025. It was all right, but it's like I don't know if Jay was like still hungover, but he wrestled like he was. That would be a horrendous gimmick. Would you guys like
Scott
even
Hall again.
if they Scott Hall Jay Uso? Would you guys be surprised if they did that? Because I
Not
don't
at
think I
all.
would be.
That's
Oh.
what they do.
It's
I'm surprised one of them hasn't had a
do.
DUI gimmick yet with how many DUIs they've had.
yeah, between them. Oh man, oh
Yeah.
shit. Like they did do a car
Cena put that
accident.
up on TV.
Yeah, they did bring it up on TV. Like I think like this year they had like a car accident thing, and they tried to blame someone. I think that's and WWE has had like the last couple of years car accident like storyline. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Usos were supposed to do like they get booked for a title match, and no, they can't. They don't show up, and then you show the back car accident. I don't
As
think
long as it
that.
isn't in a white Hummer, we're okay. The
Ugh.
white Hummer, then no, we don't need that. We had that in
Who crushed
99.
my car? Who crushed my car?
Why do you two go?
Why do you do-
go,
Oh man, I love Sid. We need a Sid in this generation, whether that be AEW or WWE or New Japan. I want a Psycho Sid. I want some just tall, goofy guy who, damn you, Big Bill. Why can't Big Bill just choke some and powerbomb people?
Give it
and win?
Lance Archer so easy. Lance Archer, right?
Yeah, that's
someone.
true. Yeah,
There's
he
someone
was
we
kind of
need to
doing that in
tell.
New Japan, like
Yeah.
putting on the fans and stuff with water and everything.
Dude, I love Lance Archer. The tag league was surprisingly, it was very watchable. It was the most watchable tournament in New Japan this year. That is so weird to say. Like I was
is
more
weird,
invested
yeah.
in the tag league than I was in G1, because the G1 sort of felt like, oh, these guys are winning, but then this tag league, everybody tried hard. Even Yujiro and Chase Owens tried hard, which is
Oh, well. My God, that is a miracle. Jesus.
and like Fale actually did some good work in here. I'm like 2025, 400-pound. Looks like he's sitting on the beach already. Fale did some good work here. It's yeah. This end of the year, December, New Japan sort of had like this little bit of resurgence. But for my money, the best thing to watch has been DDT. Brian knows, Kuya Bryan knows I love DDT is probably one of the most watchable things there are, because they have the
DDT
entertainment and they have the wrestling. It's like right there.
Yes. Right now, I'm mainly watching AEW pay-per-views and then DDT when I can catch them. And other than that, I've been kind of tuned out of wrestling as a whole. I keep up with the news and stuff, but nothing's really gripped me. But DDT, every time I tune in, I don't look at my phone. I don't play a video game on the side. I'm always watching. And it's a shame because their ace Dino is out right now, you know? So it could be even
Yeah.
more entertaining than it already is.
Hey,
You know,
you know
no,
something? Yeah, he's injured right now. But you know what's interesting? New Japan's relying on Kase Takechi to draw for them. They're relying on Takechi. They're relying on Takeshita to draw for Wrestle Kingdom because they put Takechi in the six man, but they didn't announce his partners, and and that's gonna be on the actual TV show, on TV Asahi. That's not on the pre-show. So
Yep.
it's interesting who they're relying on to draw.
Well, he's
It's
a good-looking
really
man.
interesting.
He's a star outside of wrestling over there, so it should be,
Yeah.
you would think, an easy ratings. But never say never in wrestling. The people you think should draw sometimes don't draw. The people who you would think would never draw sometimes pop off and are white hot. So
Yeah.
just because you think it should transfer over to ratings for your show doesn't mean it will. But at least business-wise, the move makes total sense.
Yeah. And Saya Kamatani is a big TV star right now with the variety shows, and then Suri is a big like theater. She's in theater and does a lot of like plays and stuff. So they're kind of banking on those two having celebrity outside of wrestling to draw eyes to the product. Also, I don't think people
Saya,
like.
Saya today, Tokyo Sports did the
Yep.
year-end awards, and she's the
Mhm.
first woman ever in the history of the MVP award to get that.
Yep. She
That's so
certainly did.
sick. Yeah, Saya getting MVP, it makes complete sense. It's not because it's a dead year in wrestling. That's not the truth because even though like the interest in whatever New Japan is sort of down, business went up so much for Stardom. Like they've never done this sort of business before. It's like,
Yep.
and that's on the back of like Tam Nakano's booking, Taro Okada's like business deals and getting these girls onto like television shows and getting these brand deals for them. Um, and it's not just Saya Kamatani, like because Saya is able to do these things. They have Suzu Suzuki doing a lot of things outside of just Stardom. It's
Yeah.
it's very
Well,
cool
even
to see Stardom get this.
Well, even TJPW is doing better than they usually do. Like, you know, they're still running smaller arenas or smaller venues and stuff, but even their big shows are like with a bigger, you know, crowd capacity are selling out, and they're getting great responses too. So, I think across the board right now, like just the top two Joe's promotions are just nailing it out of the park. And then even some of the stuff going on with the Sendai girls. You had I forgot her name off the top of my head. The one who just retired.
Mako?
Her
Not Mako. It was someone else.
I think that's what I'm talking about. The one that was in WWE UK for.
Oh yeah, Mako Sanomura.
Yeah, her
Yeah,
retirement
Mako.
tour drew a lot of numbers. A lot of people were tuned into that. You've got you know, Big Hatch, you know, kind of going freelance and drawing numbers everywhere. Like the Joshi side of Japan right now is just popping off. Like it might be the best it's ever been at health wise.
Yeah.
Like the competition's good. Freelancers are going around doing good things and stuff. You know, it's a good time. And even on the male side in Japan, like yeah, New Japan has a down year, but the other promotions are like slowly going up.
Noah.
Like DDT is doing good, Dragon Gate. Noah's doing, I think, better than it had been since the Muto retirement.
Yeah, I think
nosedive.
I think it.
So
They said the Cyber Fight announced that their wrestling side has actually made money this year, as opposed to
Right.
for the whole time they've owned them, they've been losing money. So that says a lot about it.
Yeah, it's a
And-
really healthy scene right now overall.
Yeah, even like All Japan. I think the only thing that All Japan's down on is because of all the they had the bus accident.
Yeah.
That sucked ass.
And the
And
fact
then,
that
they-
they guy
they-
back.
And then they got Yuma Ayagi, one of the aces, one of the top guys in the promotion, was doing drunk driving and had a suspended license. So he's out, and
Yeah.
they're sort of like facing this like it's sort of like it's bad for them, but it's not because of the wrestling, because the wrestlers, the Saito brothers, have hit for them
Hmm.
this year, but there's
Yeah,
this
they've been like a
cloud
lot
of
of
like
media and stuff.
Shiozaki
yeah,
moving to that, back to there as well.
yeah, Go Shiozaki's been a hit for them also.
Yeah.
And the WWE guys that they signed, Odyssey Jones, Zion Quinn, has been they've actually been doing good work. Shotaro Ishino is is great, and I think between that
Yeah,
and me and
the
Matt, we
only
watch Freedoms. Freedoms is always like they're always going to be doing good business. But Jun Kasai has had like a tremendous year everywhere he's gone. He's drawn so much, and it's it's a healthy scene. Japan and Mexico are really. And when CML did Fantastica Mania this year, there were years. Okay, there was this discussion on X the other day where people saying, "Oh yeah, CML has been like this big thing for so many years," and I'm like, no, this is irregular for CML to be this popular. They weren't this popular when they had their
Hmm.
first boom with Mystico in 2007. They were hot. But to do this many sellouts is like Bruno Sammartino in Mexico. I think the
Yeah.
last guy to do this was El Connect, and that was in the 80s. El Connect was sort of like, he was the post Santo top luchador in Mexico, and he was the last guy to do this. And no one's done this business before in Mexico, in Arena Mexico, to draw that much as Mystical has. And when they did the numbers of how much they sold, I think 2 million tickets this year or something.
yeah.
And if Mystical doesn't win the Flair Fez this year, I don't know what the. There's been too many WWE fans that signed up for the Observer, which I think is why we see these results over the last couple of years. But
What What's interesting to me is, I think it's also helped CMLL that the only other big lucha promotion decided to get in bed with the American company and kind
Hmm.
of alienate a lot of people, a lot of lucha fans in Mexico by doing that. So
but
if you wanted
but
to pure lucha-
but what's weird about that is that was the feeling beforehand, but now Undertaker is providing the best WWE product right now because he's head booker of AAA. I don't know if anybody knew that. He's the head booker, and
Wow.
they're drawing so well with him as the booker, because you can only go up from Conan, right? Conan doing the same
him
shit
and
for
Pete
25
Dunne.
years.
Yeah, yeah, he certainly set the bar low, that's for sure.
Yeah, but like they're doing big numbers with Dom as the top guy, and like they love El Grande Americano. I gotta say this as someone who speaks Spanish, specifically California Chicano Spanish. Um, Grande Americano Ludwig Kaiser. This dude is speaking Mexican Spanish uh, fluently, and then when you see him on like on people's reels, on their TikToks, on like the YouTube things, when people post like them meeting him for like these meeting greets, he's speaking Spanish like fluent. And I think him taking over this gimmick from what Gable was doing. Gable was doing it like as a mocking
Yeah,
of like the Mexican people,
Hmm.
but what Ludwig do is doing, because he's a immigrant. He was here. They treat him differently. He has the accent. I mean, he might be white, but he has that immigrant experience. So him like actually taking the time to learn Spanish, integrate himself with like the culture. I think his significant other now is also Latina. That's besides the point. But I think right now people were afraid that they were going to be disrespectful to the Mexican style, disrespectful to Lucha Libre. But right now AAA is doing pretty. I mean, the bar was in hell, but they're doing good work.
yeah,
Dom as the top guy there is drawing well, and
yeah.
it's sort of a dry run for him as the top guy in WWE, which I know I think I said this before, but I went to Survivor Series live, and the only guy that got a bigger response than Dominic Mysterio was John Cena. Like it's it's insane what they have in Dom, and I know
Oh, yeah.
he's not good in ring at all.
You were
Horrible
right.
in ring.
The word there is to use is insane. 100% correct. Because I don't understand what people see in him. I can't stand the guy. I wish he would go away. To me, he's got worse than X-Pac heat. I will never ever buy into Dominic as a main eventer or even as a wrestler. I'm a
Yeah,
work rate guy, so he just,
Yeah.
yeah, I just can't. I
yeah,
can't.
I understand. It's insane the level of love that he has. It's like I haven't seen this much love since Eddie Guerrero. Like that's
Well, he's a
that's the
son.
ins-
That checks out, you know.
yeah, that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
was
I
gonna
mean,
say this is why
he is the
this
son
thing
of
with
Eddie
Eddie
Guerrero.
Guerrero. 2025,
Imagine
that's my
imagine
first-
that pop he'll get when gets a lowrider. If he does a lowrider
Yeah.
entrance, they're going to. I like.
No, he did that at WrestleMania a couple of years. He did that at WrestleMania either last year or the year before, I think.
I think so, but like if he does that, does like, he just has to,
As two babies.
if
Yeah.
if he goes pure babyface, I think that trying in him and Lucha in Mexico, he's gotten a little bit better. I think they're really using the AAA run as his developmental to get his work rate up because he needs to have that work rate up in order to get that push. Because if he just goes there we saw what happened with Jey Uso, right? I love Jey Uso, but if you don't have like that in ring or at least a little bit in ring, so you get like 3 stars each time out, because Cody 3-star general. If you don't have enough to get that,
Yeah.
the fans aren't going to like. They're gonna like you, but they're not going to see you as that level of guy. And I think that's what they're doing with him in AAA and him working all these guys who can work. And it's interesting, the future of WWE. The future of New Japan is also up in the air for me. Whether that be because Okada was talking about stealing Aaron Wolf for AEW, and
I didn't hear about that. That's great.
oh, so like in the build up, they're doing build up thing, like he's doing press, right? And he was saying like, I wish I brought Aaron Wolf to AEW. I think he's gonna be a big star, and I wish I brought him there. So like,
That's amazing.
now he's putting it out there that he wants to bring Aaron Wolf to AEW. And the whole thing is Aaron Wolf's supposed to be the savior of New Japan, be this guy for them, right? And I think that's hilarious. If we actually do see Aaron Wolf work AEW, I would be very, very mad if I'm Ghetto, if I'm Tanahashi.
Well, now he's got to work Forbidden Door just to stoke the flames, even if it's not actually going to happen. You just got to, run with it.
Yeah.
Fuck man. So there was this thing of Suji doing a VTR on that was today, right? And he was saying, New Japan wrestlers should at least make 2 million yen a year or something like that.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm like, is he saying he's not satisfied with the money?
He's got money.
Uncle Tony's got a lot of money. He's got a lot more fucking money than Jim Crockett.
Yeah, Garbage, man.
Or Vince McMahon. No, he really.
He
I'm
really
like,
does.
oh,
Like, he legit does. Like,
he legit does. He could buy and sell Vince McMahon for. I'm like, it's literally. That kind of makes you feel like, is his contract up in March and May with all the other War Dogs? Because like, like him saying that on their VTR, that's like literally like, and it's not like Bushiroad can't pay them, but it's like, imagine saying that publicly, and then he's sort of been trashing the company here and there, like sort of like strategically. It's
How is it they
interesting.
Didn't he say some shit about the lineage of the belt as well? He wants to put the belt back to the lineage of what it was before he did all this wacky shit with the belt over the pandemic.
Yeah, he wants to do that. Not necessarily bring back the V4, which is what people are saying, but
Yeah.
because they don't really do good aggregation of translations. They really like just talking on bullshit. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. It's very interesting to see what's gonna happen as far as the future of New Japan. It relies on guys wanting to stay around. So whoever's there still in May and March. Whoever we see them pushing there, and whoever wins at Wrestle Kingdom, it's really going to be interesting to see that. Um, we were talking about Tag League earlier, and then Oi was saying, "No, I want my shot on New Year's Dash." That made the whole tournament seem very stupid for a shot at New Year's Dash, not on now, and he doesn't want to be on Wrestle Kingdom. It's
Yeah,
sort of
that's
weird,
That is weird.
but he'll probably be there in that 6-man Rambo. Which it's kind of weird that Zack Sabre Jr. and Hiroki Goto are not involved in anything for Wrestle Kingdom. Isn't that
is
weird?
Yeah, that would be like leaving Swerve off of All In and be like, wait, what? That makes no sense at all.
Yeah, because imagine you leave the two guys who traded the IWGP World Title back and forth, the guy who did two dome shows back to back. Um, it's it's insane.
Can you imagine the discourse here if Hangman and Swerve were both left off of All In next year and they're perfectly healthy? Like, that's what we're talking about. Like, just that level of insanity. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like,
Oh man,
it's just this is simple booking 101. You've got your former champions, people you want to push, people that bring in, like fans and stuff to the building. We don't need to put them on our biggest show of the year. It's fine. Like, what? I mean, I know it's Tanahashi retirement, but I mean, still, like, it's really weird.
you'd want to
it's not-
showcase. Yeah, you'd want to showcase your current top guys now.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
big crowd that you're gonna have, so you can, and especially the TV Asahi audience that's gonna be there, because they're gonna be on. Imagine if
It's a
If,
sold out
they had
building for the first
WrestleMania-
time ever.
I know.
yeah, imagine if you had WrestleMania like on ABC or NBC or something like that, right? That's the equivalent of what they're doing with this Wrestle Kingdom. Imagine if WrestleMania didn't have Gunther or if they didn't have Gunther or CM Punk on the next WrestleMania. Like that's pretty much what this is. And like it's,
The punk thing, but yeah.
yeah, but it's insane. You Brian, you were talking about you were watching the AEW pay-per-views, and the main event for this one, people are saying it might be a fatal 4-way because people are saying MJF's going to be back. But we were kind of having this conversation about MJF because the whole rumor is he'll be in there and that's how he's going to win the title. But he also doesn't want to do that because ratings are down during this time of the year. So like he wouldn't want to be champion during a down period because if you remember when he lost the belt, ratings were already going down. So he loses the belt and ratings just they slip even further and further and further. So I think he knows like the pattern of viewership here, especially because on the road to WrestleMania, which is going to be, people are going to want to, if they're going to consume wrestling, they're going to consume the big wrestling that's building up to WrestleMania. They're not going to consume AEW in that sort of way. Well, at least until Revolution, because people know Revolution is one of the tentpole events. And it's going to be in LA, and hopefully I'd be there. But like, it's going to be interesting to see who wins the world title. Honestly, I think Joe's going to hold on to that belt for a while, especially because nobody wants to be champion right now, apparently. And
Here's what I would do, and this is just me, like not having watched the TV, so I don't know exactly all the interactions between the characters, but I know Hangman and Swerve are aligned right now. So add MJF, have the 4-way go down, but then since Hanger and MJF had like a thing going before MJF left, have Hanger take out MJF and allow Swerve to be Joe 1-on-1, like not the whole match, just like at the end, like he makes a decision. I'm gonna let Swerve have this. He had my back. I'm gonna have his back. You let Swerve win, takes it off of Joe. Swerve's been a proven ratings guy. This might be the time to see how well he can do and bring the business back up. But you continue the Hanger Swerve alliance without making it too sticky with them facing each other. You continue the Hanger MJF thing. Swerve's now your champion. He can go off. He can separate from Hanger for a while and just do defenses. I think that's an easy way you can get the belt back on Swerve without having him have to have pinned Hanger to get it, and still allow them to be allies for the time being. So the fans want that, and then eventually you can always revisit the feud down the line. But right now, I think that might be the way to go if I was booking. But that's just me. Now, if it's just a three-way, I don't really know what you do there because it's just, yeah, I feel like you would have to eventually go back to the Hanger Swerve.
Oh,
I think
man.
it might be a little too soon for that.
I just thought of like a hellish ending. Uh,
Uh-oh.
I just thought of like, booking terrorism is pretty funny here. I just imagine like, okay, so there's some shit that's happening. Hook's in the ring. Out comes Eddie Kingston. You know where I'm going with this.
Eddie joins the ops.
Eddie joins the ops, hits a back fist on Swerve. Swerve goes into the coquina and passes out.
Wait, I thought Russo was booking Juggler Championship Wrestling, not AEW. What's going on here?
Hey man, do you think like because
It would work because he kind of fits the ops in the way he holds himself. But man, that's some Russo booking right there, man.
That is Russo booking, but come on,
You
Tony
could make
Khan
it
loves
work.
his like zeros in the independent wrestling. So like who was a big heel in the Indies during that time? Eddie Kingston.
True.
And strong style thugs. If people know that, you know what that is. Strong style thugs. This is kind of like what Ops is sort of doing, and you get the whole, the Ops goes stronger. But the whole thing that's a wrench in this is who's gonna win the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal and title match, and the title match. You get that with the winning the ring.
See, that's why I thought they were bringing MJF back, right? So he gets the title shot at Carnage, he loses at Carnage, and then he uses the contract for like Revolution or something, and then he wins at Revolution, and then I just skip the world title pitch for like 6 months.
This is the first year I thought somebody else could really work with the ring and knock out a place. That would be Kyle Fletcher. I think he would fit that ring very well,
Yeah.
and he
Oh
could
my
use
gosh.
it. And then you could always he could lose another title shot and keep using that as momentum to keep getting better to eventually win the title. Which I still think he should win it before Will, because then he can rub that in Will's face and eventually lead to Will maybe beating him down the line for the title eventually. But I do think Kyle should be winning it before Will, and I think that could lead to that eventual win.
You guys know what my I think that Kyle actually might win the Continental belt. I don't think and I think Takeshita and Okada, if that happens, might be the semis.
I think Takeshita gets kicked out, and the swerve is that Kyle says with Okada. I think that's where that's going.
Yeah, it might. I think Fletcher might have a future as a face also.
Oh,
just based
100%.
like because they always do like this heel run and then you become like the biggest face. Because they even did that with Osprey, right? Osprey was a big heel when he did the stuff with Callis family. He used that screwdriver to beat Omega like nothing. So and now he's like one of the biggest faces there. So
well, you have a natural turn too, and him and Mark Davis reuniting to begin the face turn, and then him and Mark Davis uniting with Osprey. It just writes itself. So that would be an easy like mega face push once it happens.
There's gonna be a fun schism with okay, I know you don't watch weekly, but they had this thing with Don Callis family facing off with the what's that really called, the Death Riders. And I was like, which one of these factions will turn face? Which one of them will have this break off? Because they're both doing the thing where there's sort of this tension in both groups, and it's interesting. It's interesting.
We're gonna get Death Riders Wolfpack first, probably. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised because I had a sneaky booking idea. This is my Russo booking right here. The rumor has been the whole time that Mox is going to get kicked out. A lot of people are thinking either Pac, which I don't see because he's not around enough, he's lesbian in the UK, or Claudio takes over. No. It's going to be Yuta 100%. Because I'm harking back to when Spike Dudley was commanding the Dudleys in WWE.
Oh my God.
Yuta's been playing the long game. He is still pissed at Mox taking out Bryan Danielson. He's been playing the long game. He's going to take out Mox. He's going to run the Death Riders, and they're all going to be answering to him. He's going to be directing them around.
if Dominic Guerrero had a quarter of the talent of Wheeler Yuta, WWE would be
Hmm.
eating.
That's true.
Wheeler
Yeah.
Yuta is you. You just made me remember, like, for all the heat he gets, he's also excellent in ring. He's one of the best in ring guys,
Hmm.
young guys they have in AEW.
I wish they'd bring up the fact that him and Garcia have a history from the Indies more. They don't bring it up enough.
You could even make him
They
out
have a
and say
history.
it was they bled with each other. That was the bullet. That was the Blackpool Combat Club's motto. They bled with each
Yeah.
other. You know,
Yeah.
they're bonded in war now. You know, so I can still see him. They can explain it that way that he stays with Yuta because that's his blood brother now. You know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they had like wars with the Pure title. Like they've been
Hmm.
feuding in a. They have a history in AEW itself. So
Yeah,
it's just like,
they have the Iron Man match that he did for the IWTV title, and
Hmm.
that was
um,
still credible. Um,
oh
And,
man,
and, and Daniel's a gangster from Buffalo. You know, like he respects bleeding with his brothers. You know, like
oh
he's
man,
yeah,
down with that. So that would work out perfectly.
oh man, yeah. Jeez, if they do, okay, Tony Khan. I know you listen to me. I know you're listening to this, but like you,
Somebody in the front office is.
somebody I'll tell you guys offline. But like he definitely Utah Wheeler Yuta should be your young guy that because he doesn't have the baggage of Jungle Boy, he doesn't have the baggage of MJF, and he's extremely over with your crowd. He could be the guy for you, one of your homegrown guys, if you choose to do it. And I don't think the audience would reject it. Because imagine
He
Danielson
was
actually had,
mega over against Monks before he joined the Combat Club.
yeah,
You remember those matches? He was
as a
getting
face.
cheered like, yeah, the building was going crazy for him. So
oh
I think he'd
When
do a long heel run and make the fans back him to be face.
oh man, guys, we just booked like the next 2 years of AEW being about Wheeler Yuta, especially. Oh man, imagine if Wheeler does a hair versus hair match with someone, and they
Uh,
someone gets to cut that hair off of him and that beard.
yeah,
Imagine
I don't
like
know, man. The looks too good right now. It's too perfect
it
right now.
is it is too
Yeah.
good. He does
I
look
went
like
back and what I saw a thumbnail on YouTube from an old AEW Dark with him on there. I'm telling you, the short hair and the clean beard, it's a geek look. He's got to keep the long beard and the long hair. It has transformed him. He looks so much more like a star now than he ever did. I
oh man.
understand what you're saying, Doc. In Wrestling 101, that sounds like a banger, but I'm afraid as to what it would do to his actual star charisma and aura if they
Oh.
took out that beard and the hair. That's the only reason I'm
Mhm.
hesitant. Like he's not
yeah,
Kyle
yeah.
Fletcher, you know. Kyle Fletcher made the shaved head work. He looks like a star with it somehow. Don't know how,
Well,
but he made it work.
Kyle Fletcher's hair wasn't so good when he had that hair, the
That is
bleached
fair,
hair.
and Yuta's is magnificent right now.
Yeah, when he even like when he just brushes it to the side, and
Hmm.
like I think, oh man, and he has Marina as his oh god.
There was one Dynamite where they were walking into the stadium and the hair was blowing. I remember typing in Discord. I was like, "Oh no, Yuta's hot now. Fuck."
Oh man, like dude, I think I actually like Dominic Guerrero, but like Wheeler Yuta,
I mean, you could be right. You know,
yeah, Wheeler Yuta just we he could be the top. He does get all that heat. He could be the top heel
yep.
that AEW has always been searching for. It's something that someone that the crowd won't cheer ironically, because
Yeah.
that happens with like they're cheering Kyle Fletcher, right? Coyle
Hmm.
Flecha right now. They cheer Okada, but like they cheer Mox, they cheer Claudio. They even cheer Pac, but they won't cheer Yuta. And I think they
He's
will
a shitty
pop
little
for it.
heel.
Yeah,
He's a
MJF will
little
get pops when he
little
comes
shit.
back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If you've noticed too, Yuta has slowly toned down his work to take out some of his high spots because those get cheered.
Yeah,
Mm. Dude, I
101.
think
Yeah, he's figuring it out, and you can see it like in real time. He's figuring out his promos are getting better, his confidence getting better. He's really figuring out what to do as a heel, and he's not just in the past. If you like when the Death Riders would come out, you would just watch him look to Mox and Claudio on the entrance and see what he should do. Now
Yeah.
he's just coming out on his own and taunting the crowd. Like Daniel Garcia is following him. Like he's starting to become his own man within the group. And when you've got those future Hall of Famers surrounding you, you're going to eventually pick up on that stuff, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah. Hey guys. So I know it's December. What is it? It's the 15th. So is
Yeah.
it the 16th? So
16th.
so I know I know Matt, you haven't done like your wrap up for whatever, but you could use this audio for that because I know you do a solo. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
But like, so for you guys, what are some of your big highlights of 2025?
Was the Danielson Osprey match this year? I think it was.
No, Danielson got retired by Moxley in 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think because I'm trying to think of the last match that got me off my feet, and it was recent. I think it was the Fletcher match where he bled all over the place. It was against Mark Briscoe. Like that was.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that was
yeah.
that was
like,
absolutely.
I don't usually like get out of my seat, but I was on the edge of my seat. My knees were bouncing up and down. I had so much adrenaline at the end of that match, like I didn't know what to do with myself. My blood was pumping. I was sweating from the adrenaline and stuff. That match had me just going so hard. I was just like, yeah, this is why I still up for wrestling, even though I'm not tuning in every week. This shit right here, like I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it. I wish there was more of it.
Yeah, man, that match, I think that was just at Full Gear. They really made you think that Mark wasn't gonna win.
They did. I was shocked, dude.
That was the thing, cause I was like, maybe because like there's a lot of meat to Mark joining Callis family.
Yeah. Definitely.
I wanted to see him get dentures. I wanted to see him wear.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him wear a tuxedo, like because I know both of you guys are old WCW guys, right? So you remember when you remember the Earl of Eaton when Regal like got Bobby Eaton to be like all fancy and stuff.
Oh, it's a little before my time, but yeah, I know the story more or less.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see, or like when like so seeing like Mark Don Callis, hey, Big Mark, let's get your suit, brother, and like seeing Mark Briscoe get a suit.
Oh, I know what I'm reminded of. It's the whole bit at the first part of the Austin McMahon stuff. Where
Yeah, with Mick Foley.
Yeah, the Mick Foley stuff, and
Yeah.
the moment when a few weeks after he's won the belt at WrestleMania 14, where he does the whole thing with the suit, poses the picture, and then he's like, "This is the absolute last time you will ever see me wearing a ridiculous suit like this son of a bitch right here," and he throws it all off.
Yeah, and then he sack taps McMahon. That
Yeah,
I love
that
when
bit,
Austin, because Mark is he's one of my favorite guys, like one of my favorite wrestlers, one of my favorite guys, so beloved, and like him doing the Callis family thing, that would have just got him so much more over. But him winning the
It was a
title is great.
win-win no matter what, though.
Yeah, it's a win-win. You know what's weird though? Like, so they've been sort of treating Mark and Eddie like they've never like really been world champion, but they both are ROH world champion, and they count the ROH title as a world title, which is kind of weird to me because they still like act like, oh, these guys haven't really made it, but when he won the TNT belt, like he made
it's
it.
Not the title because they
Yeah.
supposed to want to be.
Yeah. It's sort of.
I think it'll be treated differently whenever they get on TV, which is going to happen one of these days, guys. Don't worry. It's
Oh
coming.
yeah, I mean, if they go on, I mean, Peacock will absolutely love that. Delving into my other show, but like it's there's these things that'll happen, and I'm sure in 3 years when AEW deals up and like the whole Warner Brothers ownership thing gets cleared up, I think that's gonna be in 3 years when all that gets cleared up. We'll see what'll happen. Part of me thinks that WWE ends up like in a desert or something. Ends up owned by some king or something. But
Oh,
Just throwing it out there randomly, no reason.
all the big pay-per-views will now be in the Riyadh Stadium.
Yeah.
Just
you know,
coincidentally, you know,
Yeah.
it was
it'll
just the best
happen.
venue at the time. That's all.
Yeah. Oh man, when they had when that picture of Cody that's going that's being memed right now where he's kneeling in the
Oh, yeah,
ring
him kissing the Rihanna
kissing
season
Riyadh,
logo.
I'm like I'm like, oh god, like there's gonna because you know what's funny is so
He's in
online
the
there's this thing
Homelander
like
costume.
Cena did that too, but the Cena doing it is not going viral. Cody doing it for some
No.
reason is the one that's going viral.
You say
But
that, but the only picture I saw was of Cena doing it, not Cody doing it. So
oh
you take
man,
that for all you will.
yeah.
Oh
Hey, you
yeah,
know,
when the money comes to calling. Oh, I'm out of retirement. You know,
oh
like, there
man,
he is.
that
Yeah,
because Shawn
it'll be
Michaels.
crazy when that hits it all in.
Oh man. Hey, you know what's funny though? Cause Tony Khan could pay for that song to own that song, especially because the rights to that song are now up in the air.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, because of the sample and every at the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, the sample. So the funny thing that could happen is Tony Khan could buy the rights to both of those songs and then own the song. Just imagine, because Tony Khan also owns the Cactus Jack theme. When he bought the Hardy Boys theme that one time, because I think TNA has to pay him to use the Hardy song, but
Right.
Yeah, because
because he owns the
it
library.
was yeah, it was public source, but you can buy that stuff if you want to.
And he bought the Cactus Jack theme as well. Well, that's
I think
very interesting.
I
Given
think that's
today's
part of it.
event.
Because he
That
also
was
bought the
public
dub.
use.
Yeah, but he also bought the WCW Slam Jam music rights. That's why he was able to use Dustin Rhodes' WCW theme.
Ah,
So like if we hear Mr. Bang Bang, because I'm an old school Mick Foley fan. If I hear Mr. Bang Bang play on TBS, I'm going to be 9 years old and marking out again for my favorite wrestler. Because
I mean,
that news up.
that is interesting. You bring that up, given today's news for the
Hmm.
people that don't know, which is Foley severing ties with WWE. Caveat: as long as Donald Trump is in office.
That's funny.
And there was rumors out there. I don't know if he actually said or people were just they heard things that the only reason Mick hasn't done anything with AEW is because at the time his son was working for the WWE and he didn't want to
he didn't want to. Yeah.
jeopardize his potential career path. I
Yeah.
don't know if he still is or not though, but I mean, I'm sure there's at least smoke right now on AEW side. They've
Oh
probably
yeah.
already, at least made a phone call, I would imagine. Because if nothing
Yeah.
else, if we could bring him in for a one-time nostalgia thing, give him his roses, people will tune in for that.
Oh, you know Alicia Atal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who one of her best friends is? Noelle Foley. So
Well, yeah.
Okay.
um it'll be interesting to see that if that happens. If I hear one of the Cactus Jack themes play, I will definitely pop because he's my guy. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was also talking about he's also been getting in shape to do his last match. I know like it sort of died down that like the doctor didn't clear him, but uh, Tony Khan got Shibata cleared. So
Well,
Yeah. And
The man had his brain
Christian and
taken out.
Edge, like he's got the in with the doctors,
yeah, he got Christian cleared, he got Edge cleared. So
which is why I don't think Cole is completely retired. I think he may not be back for 2 or 3 years, but I think he'll get cleared eventually,
yeah.
and he'll be back.
yeah,
Oh,
so
the problem
man,
is that
I imagine another Foley final bye bye with Mox could
That would be sick. Oh,
could
because
be
you know
sick.
what? Or no, that was Regal. I was thinking of the FPW angle. That was Regal. He did that. But never mind.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he
then
did that with Regal.
and then the neurologist was like, you cannot wrestle ever again. And then that was it.
Yeah. I think he still did something with making WWE, but it's been so long ago I can't say for sure.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
probably during the Shield thing, but
Yeah.
Mick Foley has come back from. He was TNA World Champion.
He was.
He was TNA
Oh.
World Champion, and he lost it to Sting. And I actually liked that match. That was a pretty cool occasion. He took like a hell of a bump off the 6 sides of Sting.
Oh, yeah, I know what bump you mean. Oh,
I liked his TNA run, but I also liked
Yeah.
TNA back then, so I probably had TNA colored glasses on.
oh, the
Oh
match
man,
the match he had that was essentially Flair's, should have been Flair's last match, like, properly. The last man standing match that they had, that was good.
Yeah, but yeah. So the news about TNA was they got guys signed only for like 3-month deals.
Yeah.
That is interesting
Mm-hmm.
because AMC has that 60-day out clause. So 3 months sort of fits into that thing because that means that they don't really have like long term. They don't know if it's long term or not. Which, if I was TNA, I would be mad if that got out.
WrestleMania 2026, we have acquired TNA. And there you go.
Yeah.
See?
You know,
That'd
this
be
all
funny.
could have been averted if TK just bought TNA. At the beginning when it was offered to him.
He
What could have
he
been?
really should have. He really
He
should
should just
have.
bought it. He should have bought it just because.
He should have bought it because he just so WWE couldn't have it. That's the same. That's the only reason he bought ROH. Like,
Yep.
and he
Like
likes
he,
TNA because otherwise, why would he have all those TNA guys on his staff?
I guarantee you, if TKO called him up and said, "Hey, we just want to get some more, like money and more capital, would you be willing to buy the WCW IP and the library from us? Because we really have nothing to do with that. We don't care. Like that was a Vince thing. Like we don't have no
Oh man.
attachment to it." I guarantee you, TK would think for 1.0001 seconds before he said yes.
Oh, yeah.
The WCW and the ECW library.
Oh, and he's yeah.
Oh,
I really don't.
ECW Library, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think TKO gives one shit about any of that stuff. They do not care. And
Yeah,
I would have.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something
The library
like
does. They're talking about selling it like right now, and I'm like,
Yeah.
who are you gonna try to give it to? Because
And Tony has said he'll play ball with them as long as they play ball with him back in good faith. He does not care. But they started to try to play tricks with him and stuff, especially with the contract tempering. But I think that was before TKO. So if I remember correctly,
that was just after Triple H just took the job
Yeah.
and retired the first time.
So I could
Yeah.
see TKO, who are business-minded individuals, reaching out to TK in a purely good faith business arrangement, and just that. I wouldn't be surprised.
here's WCW, here's ECW. If you want the music library, go ahead too. This is all you. It's all yours, and I think he would love that,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know if I have high hopes for AMC and TNA being a long-lasting relationship, because the more news I hear, I think I talked about this with numbers on my show. Like, we talked about how it could be a revenue share deal where it's sort of like a time they're doing like an infomercial for AEW on AMC, but AMC still gets paid for it, and TNA would get like whatever the what's it called, the advertising money would be. So it's gonna be very interesting, and those contracts, the 3-month contracts, really do tell me some shit is up, because like, why would you let that get out there?
I mean, Slate is going to get signed by WWE in a nanosecond, especially after this weekend.
Oh yeah.
It just sounds like TNA's hoping AEW 2019 happens all over again for them, but that was lightning in a bottle. That was the perfect storm.
Yeah.
They had AEW had, well, maybe they get Chris Jericho, who knows? But AEW had Chris Jericho. They had John Moxley, Kenny Omega. These are the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes. These are like all the guys.
Dragon Gate champion Pac.
Yeah, they had all these guys lined up to work for them, and TNA doesn't even have. They don't even have Mike Santana signed, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Mike's contact is gone, but allegedly. But if
doing the Brian Pillman, everybody.
and
Hey,
they brought Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman Jr. is doing his excursion to TNA right now.
Yeah, he's the main. He's the main leader of the heel group, isn't he? Yeah.
And they just brought in Brock Anderson. Man, TNA is now AEW
MLW
Dark.
alumni Brock Anderson.
Yeah, they're now AEW Dark. It's
And
amazing.
Nick Gage Invitational winner Bear Bronson. I was
Oh,
happy about that.
Yeah, I
holy,
was happy for him after
that's good.
this whole tag team partner debacle happened. So I'm happy
Dude.
he's getting something.
Bear Bronson has been having excellent matches on death matches. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
great, you know. And you know,
Oh,
Matt,
I didn't know that.
he
Awesome.
just like you, he's also a bi brother. So, you know, shout outs to LGBTQIA plus representation. Um, it's he's someone that I thought got screwed over by his tag team partner, and just by association, it sucked that TK just didn't use him. It was weird why he wasn't used. They just like let his contract run out quietly
Yeah.
when they were using them like so frequently on AEW TV and ROH with Jack Jameson. Who is Jack Jameson aligned with to get this long run with AEW? Like, it's I've never heard of this guy before AEW, but who in
Is
the
he
front
really
office
getting?
is?
Is he really getting a run though? I mean, he's paired with the guy
Garrison.
in Dark
Who the
Order
fuck is
and
Griff Garrison?
LFI, who couldn't work. Who's Griff Garrison? And then that NXT guy who like got fired. So like, is he really getting pushed? Like,
It's not a push.
Really?
It's
I haven't.
You get,
He hasn't worked. I haven't seen him work. I've seen him on TV numerous times. I haven't seen him work a match yet.
yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying he hasn't. Not when I've tuned in.
it's funny though, because if you're gonna ask me about who my deathmatch guy is from when I started going back to the on a more regular basis for wrestling, like in general, it has to be Bear Bronx.
Oh yeah.
Especially his work in ICW No Holds Barred, which is currently going to go away again.
Yeah.
He
Hey, Matt.
seems like a death match guy, sort of like Sammy Callahan, that style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's better than Sammy.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
no,
yeah.
100%. That's a low bar. I'm just saying that in that vein.
Sammy was good when he was younger, but Sammy Callahan now can't
And
move.
I will give Sammy credit. The match he had with Mance Warner at TNA Unbreakable with the whole thing with the door was fucking good. That was a good
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Hey, Matt. I asked Brian earlier, but what's your highlight of 2025?
Well, starters, it's getting back into the game, the wrestling game, whether it be podcast or writing, during the second half. But from what I've caught is, what's been my favorite thing of wrestling in 2025? Definitely the rise of, like we just mentioned, Bear Bronson in the deathmatch world, and also the rise of places like Action Wrestling, particularly with the Tim Bosby wrestler. He is a guy that I'm surprised isn't on certain companies' radars yet, because he's amateur collegiate wrestler, does pretty damn good in ring, and he's taken on in Memphis Tim Thatcher in a 10-minute match that more people should have been talking about, but it isn't because it's Memphis in 2025.
And Tim
Okay.
Thatcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Thatcher
Yeah.
is now a WWE coach. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for the ID program.
Mhm.
Which made me laugh the other week when WWE ID was like, support your local indies, and I put something along the lines of Southeast first, not Stanford first, which got a good kick out of a few people I knew.
man.
And yeah, so basically, Action Wrestling, TWE in Chattanooga, ICW NHB's been doing great this year,
Yeah.
even though potentially supposedly going away again.
Shout out to you, Danny.
GCW's been doing okay. I think it's going to get better again now. Atticus has got the belt. Effie's run was marred by a lot of things that I think went wrong with it, especially the fact that the Hammerstein show was definitely one of the worst shows of 2025.
Absolute trash.
And yeah, the indies are thriving again for the most part, which is good to see.
I will
Deathmatch.
say, yeah, that's great, man. I will say for the indies, it's sort of sad that Prestige and DPW are done.
Yeah,
Deadlock was one of the best indies going around. They highlighted a lot of talent that doesn't get highlighted, that you don't see
yeah,
work everywhere. Prestige also was great. Them and Defy were great for the Pacific Northwest. I interviewed like a couple of, my brother, Drake Kwan, aka, Chad Galby, aka the real Asian American. Like, yeah, it's kind of sad. Like those two companies are going away because of the work they put in.
yeah.
Um, my highlight of 2025, I have a couple, right? So live wrestling for me, I've been going to a couple of live shows. I went to one of the live PWG, one of the no, not PWG. It was I went to a lucha show that happened to be here, like a local lucha show, with Mystico in the main event. I went to Survivor Series, and one of the shows I went to was Revolution 2025. And, I started a big Yeet movement during the Mox versus Copeland match. That was my proud moment. But also, like, one of the matches that made me stand up, because if people saw the pictures, when I went to the event, I was wearing a Mick Foley shirt, was the cage match between Flecha and Osprey.
Hmm.
My God, there's a spot in there where Fletcher throws a screwdriver to the ground, and then when we were watching live, the screwdriver bounced into the crowd, and it was
Oh, that
bloody.
Spanish fly off the top was fucking great off the gate.
Yeah, the
Oh, they
Spanish fly off the top. It's what converted my sibling and my cousin into AEW fans, was watching Osprey and Fletcher, because they were not believers in Osprey until that match. And
What?
then no,
That's
seriously.
fair. Yeah, yeah, I can
Well,
understand
because
it.
That's
because they're
best in the
not.
world for like 4 years straight.
Yeah, but they're not like routine like AEW watchers, right?
Yeah.
So like, but like, so they'll hear like, they'll hear stuff on like
Oh, they didn't
whatever
believe the hype,
podcast.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, they didn't believe the hype because they,
Okay,
they
that's a
didn't
little bit.
watch.
All right, okay.
So
I
like
get
when
that.
once they actually watched it, and they saw the Spanish fly off the top, and then actually seeing Okada. Well, they did watch New Japan, right? So they already
Yeah.
like were cool with Okada, and seeing him hit the Rainmaker live. They're like, okay, yeah, these guys are great. Of course they're gonna be great. Uh, but like, and Big Boom AJ. Oh man, you want to talk about charisma? You want to
I
talk
mean,
about big star? You want to talk about over with the crowd? Big Boom AJ, the Rizzler, Big Justice. That's a great act there.
the
And
Riddler in recent weeks has been gold. I mean, the appearance he did on RJ's show and the Christmas
dude,
commercial.
yeah, that is probably the AEW signing. That's like the biggest, like legit. The
Yeah.
Rizzler is like A list and like super popular with kids, adults, like anybody online. It's ridiculous that he and getting Big Justice and -1. No, actually, -1 said that he's a free agent. So
I
He's
think
lock him
got
down,
he's
TJ.
got two contracts signed. One is when he turns 18, he can immediately go to AEW. That's the option in this contract. The other one is to wrestle Mox when he turns 18.
in a
So
death.
yeah, so he is a free agent, but he's already got it into AEW. The contract allows him to sign with them immediately.
Bit
Oh
like the Nick
man.
Wayne thing with Dark.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's like the Nick Wayne, Billy Starks thing. When you graduate, you can come over. Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Uh, Imagine those three, Rizzler, -1, and Big Justice are the next ones up in
Next
like
Three
10 years.
Musketeers. The Three
In
Musketeers
10
of
years, those are the
AEW.
top guys in wrestling. Oh my god. Oh
I,
god, that.
I, I'm not a fan, so I just keep my mouth shut. I know
Oh
I'm in the
god.
vast
I get.
minority.
No, I get it. I get it. It's definitely more with me with the big boom stuff now. It's definitely more a case of yeah, you've got great charisma. You guys have great. That's great. Gets the pop and everything. But I don't need you on my TV every 3 months. Once a
Mhm.
year is once
Yes,
a year is enough.
Hey,
I
hey,
agree.
I've been trying to push this narrative, right? Every time they do a 10K plus arena, who's booked? Big boom. Every time they do a 10K
Yeah,
arena, who's booked? It's Big Boom AJ.
plausible.
Yeah, but also, when do they book those arenas? Oh, it's a pay-per-view. When do they book AJ? Oh, it's pay-per-view.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, it's
I won't let
it
you have your
is.
narrative, Doc. It's no, I refuse.
But yeah, 2025 has been it's been an up and down year for pro wrestling. I don't really like. I love the talent in pro wrestling right now. Right, there's such good
Yeah.
talent everywhere. I have high hopes for Japan, not just New Japan. I mean, New Japan, I don't really have high hopes. It's more of like
Okay.
but I
Um.
do have high hopes for Stardom. I do think that Noah's going on like a good path. Dragon Gate, of course, for me, it's my favorite promotion. Freedoms is always fun to watch.
Yeah.
CMLL, I don't think the business is going to be hurt at all. I think especially they're talking about doing those a real crossover with New Japan and another international week with New Japan and AEW and MLW. And I think I hope nothing for the best of them. Uh,
It it is interesting. I wonder how TK and Court are going to work together with CMLL and New Japan working with MLW. I'm curious as to how AEW and MLW are going to work out, if you'll see any cross promotion at all, or if it's just one of those where we're just going to ignore each other until the CMLL and New Japan stuff comes into factor, and it
Yeah.
will just act like it's its own little thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think we'll
because
see Baron Corbin show up on AEW.
they did
Excuse
have
me,
MJF
it's
show up on
Dryer.
because they did have MJF show up on MLW
They
for a
did.
couple of
So it
things,
is interesting. And he
and
seems
they
like he's
did bring
repaired his
in
bridge with Billy Corbin as well a little bit too. So it is an interesting time right now.
yeah, yeah. You never know because the Billy Corgan has issues with WWE because they blacklisted the match with that were promoting with Natalia, where she had wrestled with NWA for the NWA Women's title, and
Yeah.
WWE
Mm.
said no, you're not going to air it, and just kind of killed the match. So it exists
Right.
online, but it doesn't exist.
Right.
That's
Huh.
it,
I hadn't heard about that, but that is interesting.
Was
yeah,
that game was against Cindy Page, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, that's a great that's it's been great talking about 2025 and probably after this we're gonna start our new thing. But yeah, Brian, thank you for talking with us on this stuff, and hopefully you'll join us on what we're gonna talk about now. Uh, Matt, do you want to sign us off on this talking about 2025?
Yeah, sure. So thanks for joining us on this 2025 special. Um, and we will see you in 2026 with more episodes of Deathmatch Royalty, more on Dark Side, more of his State of Wrestling shows, on his podcast description. And God knows what else we'll cook up in 2026. Because knowing our minds, we will do random stuff probably whenever you least expect it. Just keep an eye out on your feed for the Harvest Network on Substack or Doc's subscription feed, whether that be YouTube or Red Circle or wherever.
Yes, sir. And to quote one of my favorite wrestlers, see you next time.